everyone, it's Katie from Trash, and I am here with Venus Grrrls. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Eliza, I play lead guitar.
And I'm Hannah, and I play bass.
So, how are you feeling after your set earlier on?
Really
Elated,
good.
tired.
Kind of spaced. I mean, we got up at about 5.
I were up at 5.
Wow.
Because our load-in was really early, and it's been sort of months and weeks of anticipating, and now it's done. We're a bit like,
Did that just happen?
yeah,
You know?
what now? We need to process a little bit still, I think.
So, if you've done downloads, what's next for you guys? Have you got any other festivals that you've got your eye on?
Well, we're doing 2,000 Trees this summer.
Yeah.
I'll be at 2000 Trees, so I'll see you there.
Amazing.
Oh,
See you there. But yeah, that's kind of it. We're having more of a writing summer. We've got quite a lot in the works going through studio at the
It's
moment.
been very
so-
studio heavy recently, yeah.
Well, you've got a show coming up in October at the Royal Albert Hall, right?
That was in March.
Yeah, March.
When I looked online, it said it was this October.
Oh, someone's lying.
So you've already done it.
Someone's wrong. We did, yeah.
Okay,
we did do a Royal
so
Albert
let me
Hall.
reframe that question. How was that show? Because that was for a very important cause.
Yes, you know what? The show itself was just a dream. It was like, I mean, it's the Royal Albert Hall. Come on, you know.
Who hasn't watched their favourite musician
Ex-
play there, or a tape of them playing there? You know,
Honestly.
Exactly, and then obviously, being with the Teenage Cancer Trust. I mean, we've been sort of involved with Teenage Cancer Trust for quite a while now. Off the back of our lead singer had a cancer diagnosis. And is now in remission and doing very, very, very well, which is amazing. And so it was very, very moving to see her tell her story and be able to. It was like such a full circle moment, you know.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I know she definitely at one point didn't know what was going to happen and whether she'd even make it, and so then to be stood on the stage in front of a sold out Royal Albert Hall playing all the tunes, very cathartic.
I bet.
Half of which were written in that period of time as well. So it is, like you say, really full circle.
It was even sort of backstage to see sort of our name on a dressing room and then like Roger Daltrey next door. It's one of those
we
moments.
got a letter from him as well.
We
didn't
did. We got a lovely letter from him. Thank you, Roger.
Lovely.
So that's one of those things where you're like, oh, that's a bit surreal, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that gig went well, and I'm glad that she's in remission now, and hopefully that means many, many more years of Venus Grrrls up to come. Obviously, a big part of your image is definitely like 90s witchy goth. So, who would you say your main style icons are?
Oh, on a personal level, I would have to probably answer because I don't know for the whole band. I mean, we're definitely influenced by the movie The Craft, aesthetically,
One of my favourites.
massively, and you know, Buffy, and all those kind of things. Personally, I always aim to kind of look like a really sleazy 70s male rock star. That's kind of where I'm going. I'm going for if somewhere between David Coverdale and I don't know, just a big goth.
Robert Smith.
Yes,
Had
and
a
Robert
baby.
Smith. Oh my God, because we're all so into The Cure as well. I think you could really take any sort of, all the way from the 70s right up to the 2000s, anyone a bit odd,
Yeah, that's the vibe.
that's the vibe.
I mean, normally, a Stevie Nicks, Courtney Love,
Yes, how have I
Love
not-
Child.
yeah,
However,
Stevie Nicks.
today I've just gone
we're
away from that.
festival clothes.
I needed something comfortable to play in.
Yeah, especially because it's probably really hot on stage, and you just want.
I regretted this immediately.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
a long sleeve? Where
Yeah.
was my vest?
I don't know.
This was me yesterday when it was 27 degrees with my long sleeve Don Broco t-shirt. Why did I do this to myself?
It's
Why?
for the aesthetic.
Yeah, it looked good, so style over function. Speaking of sort of influences, obviously you're big fans of the Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo. So do you have a favourite song by the Hex Girls?
What is it? It's
I
not.
just like the big one.
Or a favourite
That's the big
Scooby-Doo
one, isn't it?
episode?
Favourite Scooby-Doo? Do you know what? I don't know, because in my childhood memories of Scooby-Doo, they kind of all blend into one.
I've got my Hex Girls one. It's Earth, Wind, Fire and Air. Earth, Wind, Fire and Air. Da, 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 but we don't care. That's a banger.
That is a good one.
Yeah, Witch's Ghost is a classic. Zombie Island. Have you seen that one? Zombie Island's mint. It's funnily enough an island and they get attacked by zombies, but it's like one of those like long kind of films, and it was the scariest one because they actually found ghosts and they didn't know how to explain it.
Oh.
So check it out.
I
I've got a VHS.
Get in.
VHS, God, is it really that long ago?
I've got The Craft on VHS.
She's got some random people's weddings on VHS.
I do. I have. This is such a tangent. Myself and my partner have a bit of like a hobby/game where, because we like VHS tapes, we go to charity shops, buy unmarked VHS tapes, and then see what's on them. And so we found everything from porn to somebody's wedding video.
Oh yeah, and the quit smoking today.
Yeah, I have this tape that hypnotizes you to stop smoking, and I've got like. Sorry, this is such a tangent now.
No, I love it. This is a very niche hobby.
And I have ones that are like videos that they used to do in travel agents. If you were booking like a holiday of America, it's like tour of the Grand Canyon and stuff. I have those as well.
Or like
fun.
proper 80s, 90s kind of style.
I have a lot of weird stuff on VHS tape. Yeah.
No, I think that's really cool. And do you know what? Next time I'm in a charity shop, I'm just going to do that.
Do it. Buy a blank tape. You never know.
I love the fact that you can find just unmarked, miscellaneous VHS tapes in a charity shop.
It's like a mystery box on
You
a
can.
tape,
It's a mystery box. And do you know what? That wedding video, the speech by the father of the
really
bride,
wholesome.
very moving.
It's really nice.
Very moving. So
we ate our tea to that, didn't we?
we did. I wish them luck and peace wherever they are.
So you've said in another interview that you could be described as ABBA mixed with Nirvana. So I don't know who said it. I think it was you. But it was
with Fleetwood Mac as well.
What I want to know: would you rather do an ABBA song in the style of Nirvana or a Nirvana song in the style of ABBA?
Do you know what? I think an ABBA song in the style of Nirvana is more obvious. I think the challenge of doing a Nirvana song in the style of ABBA more fun. Do you not think?
I could see it. Like we'd have to get like all the like piano gear out.
There'd be a way, because do you know what? This is a deep cut, but Yngwie Malmsteen once did a great cover of "Gimme Gimme Gimme" by ABBA. Sort of sweep pick the little lick. I could see doing, not quite Yngwie, but like some kind of a. I think that would be more fun to attack Nirvana as ABBA, because how would that look?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nirvana as ABBA.
Yeah.
What song would you pick by Nirvana to cover?
It's like territorial pissings.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Definitely territorial pissings.
I'd like to see Benny and Bjorn do that one.
Yeah. Now I've got one more question. It's a bit of a serious one.
Okay. We can be serious.
Sometimes.
Just because I think that this is kind of important to you guys. So, do you think that the shift in the music scene is being more inclusive towards female musicians? Do you think that is happening now, or do you think there's still a long way to go?
Oh, there's work to be done, definitely.
There's work to be done.
I mean, in the time that we've been a band, we've seen so many other like all-female like bands, especially talking in the alt space. There's a lot more of them than there ever has been, I think, at the moment.
For sure.
And maybe that's the beauty of social media, by being able to like find them all quite quickly and give them a chance to rise up.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And I think as well, I feel urged to just put a note in here as well that I think the music industry has a lot of work to do in terms of working class musicians, actually.
Yes,
100%.
As much as women and
That is the
men,
thing.
because I think it's one thing to be a woman in this industry from a certain background. To be a working class woman is still a whole other.
It's another challenge.
The
in
odds
itself.
are stacked.
You know,
against
let alone
you.
a woman of color or a trans woman. Or it's so
Yeah.
there's like layers of intersectionality, and I think where there's been improvements in some areas,
Yeah.
there's even further to go in others.
Sure.
And it's sort of seeing. But I mean, I don't know. I wasn't around in the 80s, so I don't know if it was better. I've had some shocking things said to me in my time, as I'm sure all of us have.
Yeah.
And I've also, been made to feel welcome in some spaces and not so welcome in others. And there will always be work to do, I think.
The job will never be done.
No, not until we rule the world.
Yes, love that. What we'll do now is we'll do a fun little game with
I'm
flags.
excited for the game.
I love games, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. I dropped my cards.
Have you got your green in that hand? Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
okay.
better. That's more aesthetic.
So I come directing playing.
Okay. These are just going to be really silly.
Okay, good.
Do we have to sort of explain ourselves?
If you want to, you can, or you can let the flag speak for itself. It's entirely down to you. Okay, so tall people at gigs.
I feel really sorry for them. It's not their fault that they're tall.
I agree.
It's not my fault, I'm sure.
And it's like, do you know, but here, right.
Touche.
Right. I think tall people at gigs, when they try to be self-aware, you know, that's really, because I mean, I know how I've got big hair, that gets in people's way. You're always taller than someone. But I do feel, if you're like 7 foot, it's like, well, where are you going to go? What can you do? I don't know. I'm sorry, tall people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's not their fault. I agree.
I'm just jealous, really.
Yeah, you want to be tall.
I think that's why I'm mad about it, because I'm just mad I'm not tall.
Yeah, I mean, any scowl I ever give you, it's just envy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Vaping in a tent at a gig.
I don't really care.
I'm a vapor, so I do this. So
there's nothing wrong with the scent of strawberry.
I probably
really,
shouldn't be
there?
putting up a green flag, but it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I'm green.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Wearing your festival wristband weeks after the festival is ended.
Yuck.
Yuck. How do you like the feeling on? You know when it's wet.
Yeah, I wash my hands.
Do you know what though? I totally. At my first festival, I did that.
Yeah, I kept my Glastonbury one on.
Do you know
for a
what?
long
Okay,
time, actually,
let's put a little bit of nuance here. If you're 14 and it's your first one, go on, hen. It's
That's
okay.
that, yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. If you're grown,
Yeah,
take it off.
take it off.
definitely. Sleep token fans.
I do really like sleep talk.
I mean, I'm not a fan, but I'm not a not fan.
You need a flag.
I don't.
Are you going to put both?
Well,
If you
no,
put
I'm
both-
green. I have no. Like, if you're a fan of Sleep Token, pop off.
Okay.
They're not my band, but they might be yours.
They're not my favourite band
Go on.
ever, but I can't wait to see them
know,
live tonight.
yes.
so.
Go on.
Very
Hey,
true.
You have fun. I'm fans of some shocking music. I can't judge. You know? Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Using astrology to justify your behaviour.
All the time. I'm a double Pisces.
I do it
I'm
all
a
the
double
time.
Pisces.
I am a chronic Libra with a rising Scorpio, so I'm like, that speaks for itself. Hopefully.
I just cry all the time, and I'm like, oh, I'm just a fish.
I shop a lot.
I'm just a fish swimming
I
upstream.
I can't even swim.
Yeah.
I can't swim,
no.
so like my spiritual, celestial animal can do that for me.
Maybe you were a fish in a past life.
Yeah, I've done enough.
I shop a lot and scowl at people.
People who think Jaffa cake is a biscuit.
No, wait.
It's
How
a
do I
cake.
think? Right.
It's
Okay.
got cake in the name.
Right. It's a cake that functions culturally as a biscuit. Consider that. Okay. Yes, it is a cake.
Oh, this is our first clash.
Right, yeah, it's a cake, but contextually and culturally, because you don't sit down for a cup of tea and have a couple of Vicky sponge cakes. Well, you might if you've had a bad
Yeah.
day. But do you know what I mean? In terms of like, they function culturally as a biscuit, so they're like.
I don't dip my Jaffa cakes in my tea.
Well, I don't
No,
dip.
I
I
don't
don't dip
either.
anything in tea.
Whereas I dip my custard creams in
See,
tea.
I can't abide a dip.
You're not a dipper.
No, I like.
I'm a
things to
dipper,
be
a double dipper. I'm
as
one
they
of-
are,
I'm one
but
of
do you
them.
know what? I am a fan of Jaffa cakes, so I don't care what they are. I'll have several hundred, please. Yeah.
Ignoring people's pronouns.
Well, that's obviously not bad, yeah.
You do that.
Arsehole behaviour.
Yeah.
Why would you? Exactly. Why would you? Not showering at a festival, but you have showers available to you.
Do you know what?
I don't want verrucas.
If I'm not playing, I'm gonna stink.
To be fair, I did get a shower last night because I was playing today.
Yeah, we shower.
But I said to my partner who's with me, I was like, I hope you know I'm not getting a shower after this.
If a
I'm gonna
festival
honk.
isn't your safe place to stink,
True.
where can you?
Yeah.
Where can you?
It's okay to stink. Just every now and then.
Using the crying, laughing emoji.
I do that.
I do that chronically.
Messaging a band after a show to complain.
To complain.
It depends what it is.
Here,
I'm a bit
Right.
comme ça right
it's
now.
kind of a red flag because who cares? But as a band, I do quite like a bit of drama in my DMs. Just like, don't send me hate messages, but you do get some things to laugh about.
But then it's like it depends what it is.
What are you
If
complaining
it's the
about?
sound, that's not my
Not their fault.
That's not my
Okay.
job. I just turn up and play. It's
Yeah,
the sound
yeah, yeah.
engineer's
I
fault.
didn't get a set list. Not their fault.
If it's like complaining kind of like that there was a rude crowd. I mean, I've never had that happen. And maybe we didn't call it out because we didn't know because we were on stage. It's kind of like, yeah, I'd like to know about that because I want to, have a safer
I guess
space.
maybe if there's like a situation, but then also there's layers to this.
Yeah.
I haven't really encountered anyone actually doing that yet, and I've never considered doing that because you often, not always, the person to blame for a shitty gig experience a lot of the time might be security promoter.
Yeah.
It could be an agent, it could be other crowd members.
Sure.
So many people other than a band go into making a gig.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think sometimes if you're directing something to a band, it might not always be their job.
fault.
Yeah.
But then, if
it's something you've said on stage or done on
if
stage,
the singer is
then,
pissed and says something offensive, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within the right context.
It's context.
in the right
okay.
context. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's one of us that's done something wrong, tell us.
Well, yeah, all right.
I'd say so.
And final one, people who listen to Venus Grrrls.
You're all sick in the head. No, green.
Green flag, obviously. 2 green flags if
Yeah,
possible.
can we combine it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Double green flag.
You've won the green flag prize.
Lovely, well thank you so much.
Thank you. That was